Welcome back to the riverbank, everyone. Or should I say, welcome back to my channel, Fishing Myths and Truths. Today we're diving deep into the murky waters of angling misconceptions. We're talking about those persistent myths that just won't die. The ones your grandpa swears by, the ones that might be costing you a prize catch. We'll be tackling 3 big ones today. First, we'll look at the myth that monofilament line is as outdated as a cane pole. Then, we'll reel in the truth about catch and release and whether it's really the lifesaver it claims to be. And finally, we'll cast some light on the age-old question. Do fish really bite more in the rain, or is that just wishful thinking on a soggy day? So, bait your hooks, tighten your lines, and get ready for episode 3 of Fishing Myths and Truths. We're about to separate fact from fiction, hook, line, and sinker. Like, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a cast of knowledge. Now let's talk about fishing line. It's the lifeline between you and your catch, and choosing the right one can mean the difference between a thrilling fight and a disappointing snap. You've got your braided lines, your fluorocarbon, and then there's good old monofilament, often relegated to the dusty corner of the tackle shop. But is it really ready for retirement? I've heard it said that monofilament is outdated, a relic of a bygone era. It's all about braid and fluoro now, they say. And while it's true those newer lines have their advantages, don't be so quick to dismiss the humble mono. You see, in the world of fishing, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Just like you wouldn't use a fly rod to catch a catfish in a muddy river, you wouldn't always use the same line for every situation. Monofilament might not have the brute strength of braid or the near invisibility of fluorocarbon, but it has its own unique strengths. For one, it's got stretch. Now, some might see that as a weakness, but trust me, when you're battling a powerful fish, that stretch can be your saving grace. It acts like a shock absorber, cushioning those sudden lunges and head shakes, giving you a better chance of keeping that hook set. Then there's the buoyancy. Monofilament floats, which makes it ideal for topwater presentations. You want your lure dancing and skittering across the surface, not sinking like a stone. And let's not forget about affordability. Monofilament is significantly cheaper than its high-tech counterparts, which is great news for beginners who are still getting their feet wet. Or should I say, their lines wet. Braided line, on the other hand, is all about sensitivity and strength. It's thinner and has less stretch, so you can feel the slightest nibble, even in deep water. This makes it a favorite for bottom fishing and jigging, and when it comes to sheer power, braid is in a league of its own. Pound for pound, it's far stronger than mono, allowing you to muscle your way through heavy cover and wrangle in those stubborn bottom dwellers. Fluorocarbon, as its name suggests, is practically invisible underwater. This makes it the stealth weapon of choice for spooky fish in clear water. If you're targeting line-shy species like trout or permit, fluoro can be the key to getting that bite. It also sinks faster than mono, making it ideal for presenting baits at specific depths. So, the verdict on monofilament? Don't be fooled by its simplicity. It's a versatile line that still has a place in every angler's arsenal. Match your line to the conditions, the species you're after, and your own fishing style. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here, just different tools for different jobs. Now let's wade into a topic that's close to every angler's heart: catch and release. It's a practice that's gained significant traction over the years, and rightly so. The idea is simple: minimize harm to the fish, ensuring healthy populations for generations to come. But there's a debate that surfaces time and again. Does catch and release actually work? I've encountered skeptics on my travels, anglers who believe that once a fish is hooked, its fate is sealed. They're done for, they say, no point in throwing them back. And while it's true that some fish might not survive the ordeal, particularly if they're mishandled, dismissing catch and release altogether is a dangerous generalization. Studies have shown that catch and release, when done correctly, can have a remarkably high success rate. We're talking 85 to 95% survival rates for some species. That's a testament to the resilience of these creatures and the effectiveness of proper handling techniques. But here's the crux of the matter. The onus is on us, the anglers, to ensure we're doing everything in our power to maximize those survival odds. Think of it this way. Every interaction we have with a fish, from the moment it takes our lure to the moment it swims away, is a critical juncture. It's a delicate dance between angler and quarry, and our actions can tip the scales in favor of survival or push the fish closer to the brink. One of the simplest yet most impactful things we can do is to wet our hands before handling fish. Dry hands can strip away the protective slime coating on their scales, leaving them vulnerable to infection and disease. It's like stripping away our own skin, a recipe for disaster. Then there's the issue of deep hooking. The deeper the hook is lodged, the less likely the fish is to survive. This is where barbless hooks come in. They're easier to remove, minimizing damage to the fish's mouth and reducing the time it spends out of water. And speaking of time, that's another crucial factor. The longer a fish is exposed to air, the more stress it endures. It's like holding your breath for an extended period. Eventually, it takes its toll. So, minimize the time you spend taking photos, admiring your catch, and get that fish back in the water as quickly and gently as possible. Now, some might argue that catch and release is pointless, that those fish are destined for the frying pan anyway. But I believe it's about more than just putting food on the table. It's about respect for the creatures we pursue, about preserving the delicate balance of our waterways. It's about ensuring that future generations have the same opportunities to experience the thrill of the catch. So, the next time you're out on the water, remember that catch and release is not just a catchy phrase. It's a responsibility, a commitment to being stewards of our fisheries. Handle with care, minimize stress, and give those fish the fighting chance they deserve. Chapter 3. Now let's talk about something every angler has pondered while gazing at the sky weather and its impact on fishing. More specifically, the age-old question: do fish really bite more in the rain, or is that just wishful thinking on a soggy day? I've encountered this belief in various forms throughout my travels. In some cultures, rain is seen as a blessing, a sign of good fortune on the water. Fish bite best when the heavens open, they say, their voices filled with a mix of experience and superstition. And while there might be a grain of truth to this, the relationship between rain and fish behavior is far more nuanced than meets the eye. Light rain, for instance, can actually enhance fishing conditions. Imagine you're a fish, lurking beneath the surface. The pitter-patter of raindrops creates a mesmerizing rhythm, a subtle distraction that can mask your presence and make prey less wary. The rain also breaks up the surface tension of the water, reducing visibility and making it harder for fish to detect your line. Moreover, rain has a cooling effect on the water, especially during the sweltering summer months. This can be a welcome relief for fish seeking respite from the heat, making them more likely to venture out and feed. And let's not forget about the influx of food that rain brings. Insects get knocked down, worms wriggle to the surface, and all sorts of tasty morsels get washed into the water, creating a veritable feast for hungry fish. However, before you don your rain gear and rush out to the nearest lake, it's crucial to understand that not all rain is created equal. Heavy downpours can have the opposite effect, turning a promising fishing trip into a muddy mess. The deluge of water can muddy the water, reducing visibility and making it difficult for fish to find food. Runoff from the surrounding land can also carry pollutants, debris, and sediment into the water, disrupting the delicate ecosystem and putting fish off their feed. And let's not forget about the danger of lightning storms. As much as I love being on the water, I have a healthy respect for the power of nature. If you hear thunder rumbling in the distance, it's time to pack up and seek shelter. So, the next time you're debating whether to fish in the rain, remember that it's not a simple yes or no answer. Consider the intensity of the rain, the clarity of the water, and the overall conditions. Sometimes a little rain can be a blessing in disguise, triggering a feeding frenzy. But other times, it's best to stay dry and wait for more favorable conditions. So, what's the real deal today? Mono still has a place on your spool. Catch and release works, if done right, and rain can help or hurt, depending on timing. It's about understanding the nuances, the details that separate a good day on the water from a great one. Enjoying the series? Like, comment, and subscribe to keep the truth flowing. Your support keeps this channel afloat. And remember, knowledge is bait. Use it wisely. In episode 4 we take on old wives' tales. Like fishing during lightning is lucky, the banana on the boat curse, and even the red lure advantage. See you there. Stay sharp. Fish smarter. Fishing Myths and Truths continues.